All right, everybody. Good evening. It is July 7th. I hope everybody is doing themselves a very good day today. Very hot here. It was about close to mid 90s and it was broil, broil, broil. I did not do too much today. It could have been a lot busier day, and I was just like, ugh, too much. I know we are going into the tail end of Rachel's live stream that Rachel was doing. Everybody's been having a real good stream today. Rachel had a couple. Me and Mr. Mayo. I was in the peanut gallery for those as well. Everything went really, really well on that bit. I went off and pretty much pulled a call to arms for anybody that cares to want to be involved on this. I know, like I said, maybe my timing is off today, but you know what? That happens, and can't always get a crowd right off the bat. We will paste this here though, just in case, for anybody that does care. So, anywho, today is, that's right, Ringo Starr's 81st birthday. 81. I mean, it blows my mind. Here's my visual. It's the first album I could find, as some of you people are like going, oh no, not Rotogravure. I know. You know, this came out brand new when I was 9. I remember hearing on the radio occasionally Dose of Rock and Roll. I like a dose of rock and roll. That song I've always liked off of this album. But, you know, I think what they tried to do between Ringo and Atlantic, okay, here's your gatefold, of course, is that they tried to get everybody involved again. All the former Beatles, you know, they all chimed in. John chimed in, Cooking in the House of Love. George chimed in. McCartney chimed in with Pure Gold, and all that other stuff, right? So basically, you'd think that this should have done something, but it really, really didn't. And this is the album that sort of started the slide, if you will. It was Rotogravure, Ringo the Fourth, Bad Boy, and then he didn't do anything for 3 years until Stop and Smell the Roses. And then he couldn't even get a U.S. album deal. For studio-wise, it would be 11 years. But in 83 was Old Wave, which was only in Germany, Canada, I think Mexico, and a couple other countries. I've got a Canadian copy of Old Wave. It's not a bad album. You know, once again, star-studded. If it's one thing that you know that you're going to get with a Ringo album, is 9 times out of 10, you're going to get yourself some stars around here, okay? And the other thing, what have I said before about Ringo? Ringo albums are just meant to be fun music, okay? That's what it is. It's fun music. You take it in that attitude, and the albums are a lot better listening experience. That is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. A lot better listening experience. So, anywho, I've taken, you know, a few days off. I was supposed to get a medical test done, but that got rerouted. And so, you know, I mean, it is what it. Oh, look at you! Look at you! You just were over it. Oh yeah, I'll bring you up. Why not? He just was on Rachel's, and now he's here. You're just well, today. You're being the social butterfly, aren't you?
Well, I bet I owe an explanation. Yes, they dived into the politics, and I'm not going to have any of that tonight. So,
wait a minute. Who started politics? I just watched till a couple minutes ago. You're kidding me.
Well, they just started talking about politics, and, you know, there's nothing wrong with them wanting to do that. More power to them. I'm just not going to get myself involved with politics tonight.
Good. I try not to on my views myself.
It'll be a repeat of what happened yesterday. I'm sure you heard about that.
No. Why don't you tell me? I don't know
I
anything about this.
Basically, I overreacted over something silly and stupid, and
You
had a
overreact?
meltdown. It's happened before. But I've decided that from now on, I'm not sticking my nose where it doesn't belong. I'm keeping my personal thoughts to myself for the
That can be a
greater good.
valuable life lesson. Can be valuable. See, when you get to be my age, Mason, when you get to be in your 50s, you get that
50s.
I don't give a
Don't
shit
you mean
anymore attitude. And then,
50s?
then
Don't
you
you mean
just let the free
30s?
flag fly.
I'm going to say, Paul, 50s. Don't you mean 30s?
No, 50. Actually, I probably started that in my 40s, out of all honesty. Because I think when I was your age, let's see, I was already married. I was already on my first marriage. I was going to have my first kid. Boy, that hurt when that came out. And everything else I started early. I started early on all of this. Hey Tim, how you
Hey,
doing?
Tim.
I just thought I'd do, like I
That
said,
was a
maybe an
great
hour and a half one,
That was a
shorty.
great discussion with Joe about Ringo's birthday today, Tim.
I saw most of it. Well, not most of that. I
Oh,
saw probably about an hour of Mayo's.
it was literally the best thing ever. I click on it, I'm like, my mind is freaking blown because this is talk more talk with
Yeah,
mixed in with guests. Because
I
literally
saw that.
it was Joe Mayo, Ken
Yep,
Michaels, Kid O'Toole,
yep,
Tom
yep,
Hagnotti. The whole crew was up there, and I'm like, I
yeah.
gotta be a part of this.
Well, I would have, but I kept getting busy. So that's just my life sometimes. It's just like this. As my lady love goes off and says to me, "Boy, you're busy." Yeah, well, sometimes I don't mean to be. It just happens that way. Didn't have much to say, really, huh? Well, that happens. Believe you me. I just came on just for the hell of it today. I didn't have a lot to say other than, like I said, I mentioned about Ringo's birthday, and then I did find some vinyl finds yesterday. There's not a lot of them, so I'm going to make myself big for maybe about I don't know, a minute or so I can show that along. I ended up finding about a stack of about 1845s in one album. The album came from Rounder Records, and it's the White Brothers live in Sweden, 1973. Now, I know you're probably going, well, who the hell are the White Brothers? In essence, it really was the 60s version of the Kentucky Colonels, okay, which had Clarence White. Yes, Clarence White, that country rock master who, of course, would die way too early in his life. But he touched with the Byrds records, those several Byrds albums that Clarence was on. Hell, he even did some session work for the Monkees once or twice too. Yeah, see how I did there? And let's see. Oh, this comes with a. Oh, nice. I don't know why this is in there, but that's basically what it shows on the album too. But very nice and clean on Rounder Records. Rounder is usually good for putting out all kinds of good folk, country rock, all different kinds of other things. And then these next few really kind of, I see Doug, I told that I got this. Hi, Mike. So I picked up, I know the labels aren't really great, but on Aladdin, Gene and Eunice, I Got to Go Home. The conditions of the vinyl are mostly pretty good. They just need to be cleaned up a little bit. This one here, yeah, I did find a Monkees one. This one is if I remember correctly, a 69 press due to, of course, the Screen Gems logo and the font. Okay, so I'm a believer, not your stepping stone. I don't find too many Monkees 45s with the skinny font. I always seem to find the bigger font on that. Mary Wells. Yeah, you remember Mary Wells from Motown and My Guy and all that other stuff. But by 67, she was on Atco. Really nice single on here for her. All right, another one here from 69, white label promo with a very young Donnie Iris. And if anybody knows who that is, that's great. But if you don't, he's the one that sings, Aaliyah. But in this time, he's with the Jaggers, and it's a white label on Gamble Records called Together. And of course, the Jaggers' only hit was, It Is the Rapper. This one here, Hondel's, but it's not First Gear. It's all right. Second, it's Little Sidewalk Surfer Girl. How about that for cramming it all into, you get your skateboard and your surf shoving all in there. Yes, Little Sidewalk Surfer Girl on Mercury. This one's a little goofy. From 69 on Verve, Willie Bobo with his take on Donovan Sunshine Superman. Yeah, that's a little strange. I haven't listened to it yet, but that's just strange enough to know that. All right, early 60s on Bruce Records. Yes. Why Should I Love You by the Harp Tones with accompaniment by the Chi-Tans. Yes, that's right. A couple of these 45s, not that I really care about money value, but a couple of them are decent money records. They really, really are. So let's see, Doug, you want to know what's on the flip of that Shondells, huh? Come On, Pack It On. Come On, Pack It On is the B-side on that. On Sage. Yeah, I'm moving. Jimmy Patton. Yes, Jimmy Patton. Doug, you love the harp tones too. I know, I was surprised to find this stuff. On Atlantic, Elvis's gospel, well, not gospel, Elvis's backing female trio for a little while in the 60s run, the Sweet Inspirations, I've Been Loving You Too Long. Yes. I actually have a copy of this, but this one's a lot cleaner. From the Chicago band, the Chicago Loop on Dino Voice, My Baby Comes to Me. Yes, yes, yes. Chicago Loop put out a couple 45s at that time frame in the mid-60s, late 60s. This one here, very, very goofy label. And I like small labels. If it's anything that I've learned from the Vinyl Grotto, Doug Fields, and I Buy Old Records, Max Stevens, and a few other people out there in YouTube land, if I find small-ass labels and the stuff's cheap, I'm going to investigate. So how about a small label from Hobart, Oklahoma? Will you please, Hirschville Clother on Husico Records, which Husico, I researched this, they only made about 8 45s to their knowledge in the discography bit. This is actually half interesting. It is of a rockabilly bent. Some of these are actually on this label, Highly Desirable. Was very happy to find that. This one here was maybe the only slight bum, and what I mean by that is there is a slight edge warp, ladies and gentlemen, a slight one, but it doesn't affect play. I played it. Amos Milburn's House Party from 54 on Aladdin. One of the hottest labels for anything R&B, kids. Gotta grab that stuff. Yes, I'm telling you, I found some really weird shit in this thing, and all 10 cents a piece. You heard me right, 10 cents a piece. This one here from, oh my God, my eyes. Gainesville, Texas on Lynn. This sounds like me, One Day After Payday from Buck Griffin. That's another one of those ones that was a cooker. Well, yeah, you virtually collect anything Aladdin because Aladdin's a kick-ass label. Aladdin's a kick-ass label. Federal's a kick-ass label. VJ. I have a VJ. I'll be showing that in a second. This one here on Valiant, mid-60s. Barry and the Tambourlanes, Don't Go. That was back, of course, when they were distributed by Warner Brothers Records. That is how the association went from Valiant to Warner. This one here is actually pretty cool for garage rock. Richard and the Young Lions on Phillips. Open Up Your Door. I wish this thing had the picture sleeve with it. I saw the picture sleeve. Very cool. Phillips brand picture sleeves were paper thin, though, you know. The last two here, I'll save the best for last. But 63, Jimmy Reed, there'll be a day. Oh, Jimmy Reed. I will grab anything Jimmy Reed. He is awesome. Very, very awesome. Blues guitar. I mean, go pick up anything you find from Jimmy. Someone gave me 40 singles this year. I've never seen most of them. Thinking about giving it. I wouldn't do that if I were you yet, Mike. Go research. I'm telling you, that's what I do with all this stuff. So Doug, you were asking me who was on this Cat label. Margie Day with Ho Ho. That's not the chocolatey snack cake, ladies and gentlemen. I have no clue what the hell Ho Ho is. But the Cat label, very hard to find stuff on this label. This is the money record of the pile. I said pile. In this condition, roughly 75. Not too shabby at 10 cents a pick. That's it. Oh, see, there you go, Tim Allen. Good. I like I said, I dug it. I spun. But like I said, they had a picture sleeve. I never saw the picture sleeve before. Yeah, that Cat label is really, really cool. I don't know if you showed me anything on that Cat label or what, but oh, good. Here comes another one into the pot. Hey. Hello there. Yeah, that Cat label is really, really cool. I don't know if you showed me anything on that Cat label or what, but oh, good. Here comes another one into the pot. Hello there. That Cat label is really, really cool. I don't know if you showed me anything on that Cat label or. It's not me. I only have my.
That was me. That was me.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't me. That's all.
No, it was me.
You've been everywhere today, Tim. You've been everywhere, and that's okay.
Yeah, well,
I
wouldn't have gone on Joe's stream. I was going up, and when I got there, suddenly Ken was there, and I was like, ooh, I don't know if I want to be here. Not that I'm like Ken, just what am I going to do? I sat there and didn't say a whole lot because. And then others started showing up, and I was like the third or fourth one there when I.
Yeah, you got the freaking entire Talk More Talk panel up there.
That was
so I did, and yeah, the next thing I know, it's Andy, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what I can add to this.
It was a fun episode.
Wasn't Cat a subsidiary of Atlantic?
You might be right. You might be right on that. This is my first one I ever found. I couldn't believe it was there.
But I think, yeah, they put some of their like deep R&B stuff on Cat, I think. Or maybe it was their label before they founded Atlantic either. I'm not sure, but it has to do with the Atlantic guys somehow.
Hey, Doug, you know the answer to that, Vinyl Grotto? I bet you he's pretty good at this stuff.
He probably does.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Shaboom by the Chords on Cat. That's right. That was the original Shaboom. Was on the Cat label.
Yeah, but it definitely is affiliated with Atlantic then.
Yeah.
100%.
I love that. I love that version too. Although I'm so, all those years I was used to listening to the Crew Cuts version. But yeah, I like the Chords version too. But yeah, I couldn't believe I found all that stuff. And they had it though in one of those stupid wire rack. The old
yeah.
But I had to let a couple go because they were so damaged. Like parts of the records were gone. I was so mad, or I would have had more than this. But I'm like, I'm not complaining. I think I did okay yesterday, and I'm all right with that.
There we go. A short-lived subsidiary of Atlantic.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
thanks.
I think the Robins were on Cat before they became the Coasters.
Right. Because what was it? Doug showed me. Were they the ones that originally did Smokey Joe's Cafe?
Well, the Coasters did it. I don't know if the Robins could have done it too, because the same group. I know by the Coasters, but
see, Tim, this is why we all hang together, because it's like everyone knows their stuff in their certain things, and it's great.
Yeah.
you seem to know a lot in the big musical spectrum picture, which is great. Now, as far as for the R&B and the stuff like this, I think out of all honesty, I started having more love for the R&B and the soul and everything else probably in the last 10 years. I grew up more like a classic rock / oldies guy, but like I said, between Doug and Mac and a few other people, and I'm like, I find those damn small ass labels, and it's cheap, and it sounds like it could be something. I'm gonna pull the trigger and grab it, and at 10 cents, I didn't think of a gamble.
I love the really obscure R&B stuff.
Oh,
it's just fantastic, and the weirder it is, the better.
Hey, Doug, do you have that red vinyl of G by the Crows on Rama? I have one Rama. Well, no, two Rama. I have two Rama. That's another one of those damn labels. And Rama is a bitch to find stuff for.
Yeah.
I got some goofy ass Calypso. That's the one that's like the least cared for. And then I threw him for a loop because I guess briefly Rama did a kind of like a golden oldies series. You know how some of the major labels did that? Rama threw that once, and I snagged one of those for like a quarter. I'm going, what the hell is this? I've never seen this label for this before. And I threw him for a loop too. See, I have the red. He says I have the red vinyl black label in the 78 of that. Doug Vinyl Grotto's got about 10 more years of collecting on me. Some of the things he has, I'm not kidding. There's stuff I've only ever seen in record price guides. Hell, some of it should probably be in a museum for what he's got.
Well,
Doug, you need to get your camera fixed. You need to get your camera fixed so you can get your streams and start showing some of this stuff.
This is going to be an unpopular subject matter, but what the hell? I actually really dig like the modern R&B and soul music.
Like how modern?
Like coming out this year or last year.
Well, it's okay.
I just see something very relaxing about it.
I'm a little ignorant on the modern stuff. I'll tell you the two that were at least as recent to me, which of course isn't so recent anymore, considering both have passed away. Charles Bradley, for one, and Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings.
Yeah.
I got turned on to that stuff, and I like it. I don't have any in my collection yet, but I think I was sold on Charles Bradley, his version of Black Sabbath's Changes. And I just love the way that thing went. And of course he's got to die. I think it was a few weeks after that came out. And I was just like, damn. So that's about, I'm not last year or two, probably not, but what, 5-6 years maybe for Charles Bradley and Sharon Jones? That's about as far as I've gotten.
Yeah.
I'd really love to kind of share with you what I'm talking about, but you see, there's a time and place for that kind of thing, and I don't think this is the place for that.
Well, I mean, let's go back 2 minutes to Joe's stream from earlier, and when everybody, like all 9 boxes pretty much were full, and they were discussing about attempting, to find good music even in today's age. I'll admit it is like a needle in a haystack, and I'm happy when I can find something that's new and go, oh, now what I mean by that though is not necessarily new from an established classic band. I'm just talking about something completely out of left field that I'm like, oh, that kind of stuff. Like both of you, tell me your most recent, to your knowledge, music discovery. Like that artist or that band that you just came across, like, oh, just one.
Well, I've been getting into the Explorers Club lately.
Explorers Club.
Yes. What I liken them to is the Association.
Really?
It's that kind of a thing.
Okay.
But I like them better than I like the Association. They're pretty cool.
Okay.
I mean, mellow, and they put out 2 albums last year on the same day. One was all new material, and one was all covers, and they're both excellent. But everything I've heard by them, I really like. If you like mellow, I mean,
I do.
have you ever heard? You know, it's like it could be played on Schnee's ski lodge shows. It's that kind of stuff, but it's cool.
Sure.
I like
yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Explorers Club. I'll have to put that on my never-ending want list of things to listen to. I think that is a longer want list than the vinyl stuff because I got so much to listen to. But look what Ethan says. The Electric Looking Glass is a really cool neo-psych group that put out their first record like 2 years ago. Sounds straight out of 1967. Well, we know where their influences are, and that is a wonderful thing. I like that. Yeah. With special guest Bev Bevan. What? No. We're not starting that again.
A few years ago, I was into the Temples, which is probably very similar. The Temples were awesome, but they went a little too keyboardy for me. I never heard their third album.
Hey,
I want to show a single really quick before we change topics here because we're talking about. I was talking about interesting, cool R&B. Check out the title on this track.
Can
you see it?
I'm trying here. You good boy. You get
cookie. This is the kind of stuff. I love this record.
Who is that?
I love this record. You
Who
good
was
boy.
It?
You. It's the Teen Queens. You good boy. You get cookie. And that's exactly how it goes. You good boy.
God.
You get cookie.
Oh my God.
I love this. This is the kind of stuff that I live for.
Exactly. God, some of the goofiest shit I've come up with in the last year or two alone. I have come across.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, you never know. What was it? Like, okay, I found some goofy 45 on the NRC label, and it was Joe South. It turned out it was his first 45 in the late 50s, and it was a goofy ass thing called The Witch Doctor Meets the Purple People Eater, and it's what you think. It's the combination of it, and I'm like going, oh no, but it's a rockabilly beat to it, and I'm going, shit, it shouldn't work, but it does.
Yeah, I mean, even bad 45s were mostly good a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I actually had to pay a little bit of real money for that. I didn't find it for a dime, unfortunately.
I'm a cheap ass. I mean, sure,
I am too.
Yeah,
I mean, by a little bit of money, it was probably $6 or $7 with shipping. It wasn't,
that's still not bad.
I paid money for it. I didn't get it free.
That's not bad. I'm trying to think, like the last eBay thing I bought. The Monkeys Teardrop City with the picture sleeve. I'm trying to get, those latter ones that are just a bitch to get.
I love Teardrop City. So many people put that song down.
I love
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah. I mean, out of all honesty, sure it sounds a little like Last Train, but not enough. Yeah. I mean, they should have pulled it. I don't know why they didn't put it out in 66. I think that would have been a top 20 at least.
It's got a garagey vibe that Last Train doesn't have. I kind of almost like it better.
Yeah, so it's like so I need Porpoise Song, Good Clean Fun.
I had Porpoise Song in a picture sleeve and somebody stole it. I never found out who.
I remember you said that. Wasn't it your sister or something?
I thought my sister did, but it might not have been. But anyway, it wound up.
I just need the picture sleeve for Listen to the Band. I've got the 45, and then the toughest one of all. Oh my. I have never in 40 years. Have never seen either the 45 or the 45 picture sleeve. I've seen neither.
Yeah.
That's the toughest. That one will have to be an eBay probably, unless I find some magical store. Ooh, what you got?
I got that the other day too. Nothing major, but I was in the mood.
The original sound.
Congo Rock by Preston Epps.
Sure. Yeah,
I just felt like I needed it. I actually wanted to play it on a show, and then I found out I had it on a various artists album.
Oh,
never hurts to have the 45.
No kidding. Right, Mike. I remember they're coming to take me away. Ha ha ho, he did the funny farm. And then, all backwards. It's just like, oh my God, that Ohio Express single. I think it was an Ohio Express single or 1910. They did the same, it was Zigzag. It was the same damn thing. It was backwards. And I'm like going, and it sounded better backwards than forwards. I'm like.
The Yellow Balloon by the Yellow Balloon, too.
See, now.
B-side is backwards. And everything is printed backwards. Everything is printed backwards on the B-side, too.
Okay, I don't know if I'm getting this right. Are they the ones that the 45 of Question of Temperature?
No, that's the Balloon Farm. Yellow Balloon, I think, just had the one hit. I think they only ever had one song. No, there is an album.
Then somewhere. I don't have Yellow Balloon. I got Balloon Farm. Yeah. There's so many that were so close back then that people forget.
Well, somebody showed the album in the VC in the past year, and I was like, there's an album? I was like so jealous. It may have been Matt Sands. Thinking it's Matt Sands for some reason.
Oh God, there's a name I haven't heard in a long time, Tim. I don't know why. Does he? Because what was it? I was involved in one of their contests. Oh, no wonder why. I need to go check him out again.
COVID and busy, and I mean he's got that record store now, and he's busy. And
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. In St. Louis, the record store.
Yeah, whatever town he's in. It's not in St. Louis proper, but whatever town he's in. It's only open on like the weekends. He did it. Him and a buddy opened it basically to get records, and they pay somebody to work it on the weekends, and see what comes in, and they get rid of their old stock. And in fact, when it first opened, his buddy yelled at him because he's like, "You're not taking anything out of the store. The whole point was to get good stuff," and he's like, "You taking nothing."
That's funny. That's too funny. Yeah, I was like, I'm trying to think. Like the last time I remember seeing anything, I was involved in one of his contests. I actually won. I won that contest, and one of the things I got, I remember, it was not a first press, but it was a second press of the John Mayall Blues Breakers with Clapton album on yeah. That was an awesome prize. I can't even remember the other ones right now.
We did a trade once, but he didn't want anything. But I'm going to send you something. But he sent me that Andrew Loog Oldham Stones instrumental album.
Oh, no kidding.
And I was like, whoa. So I sent him a Wilco album that I know he wanted and didn't have.
There you go. That Andrew Loog Oldham album, such a bone of contention many, many years later.
Yep.
I'm glad that I wish they would have gone off, and I think they waited until Alan died before that Mick and Keith went off and were like, you know what? We didn't ask for this. Alan did. Here, you get your rights back to Bittersweet. And I'm just like, what the heck? Such a strange story on that bit. And if you've listened to those tunes and you've listened to the Oldham, it's not. Come on, they use that much.
No, I think it's the song. I mean, it runs through the whole song. They sampled it.
Very nitpicky
positive that they sampled it.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. We both just went like this for 2 seconds. Everything was fine until a couple seconds ago. Hope it's not going to start some shit around here. That's okay. Like I said, I was only going to be on for maybe about another 20, 25 minutes.
Uh-oh. That you or me? I think Paul's gone. Uh-oh. I think Paul's gone. Oh, I thought he was gone. I guess he is. Hi. Well, I don't run streams, so somebody can ask me a question. Hi, Mike. Yeah, I know he was freezing, but wow. So here we are. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to be the captain. I'm not a streamer. Uh, well, looking for something to show. Don't have much here. Uh, can show some beat up 45s while we're waiting. Frank Sinatra 45. Oh, he's back. Yay.
Yeah. So, listen. I got a big thing from StreamYard. For once, it was on their end. It went off and said, "Oops, something went wrong on our side of the fence." And I'm like, because I knew my internet was fine. And I'm like, yeah, bastards. I'm glad you stuck around. So I'm gonna make a big show those 45s.
No, I was just killing time. I don't want to go. Put me back. I don't want to. I was just killing time.
Come on, show a couple.
No, they're really beat 45s that, I mean, I just showed most of them aren't very good. Some McGuire Sisters 45. There's not much good in here. A Martin Denny 45, More by Martin Denny.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing great. A Very Long Title by James Brown.
Yeah,
extremely long title.
Kiss Adam Wade. Kiss my man's hell.
Playing Around by Adam Wade. Don't know who he is.
He's pretty much a pop singer from the early
60s.
Yeah.
Something called Locomoto by Cornbread and Jerry. I have no idea, but you'd buy it too.
That sounds like something off of Hee Haw.
First Name Initial by Annette.
Yep. I don't know why. I know Annette is like way before my time, but if I ever come across Annette 45s, of course I'm going to get them.
The Goodies.
Oh.
Really rough shape.
What's the flip? Is it Condition Red?
Yeah, it is Condition Red. I have like 3 copies of this. I mean, you can see how bad it is right here. I have 3 copies of it, and they're all like this. I've never seen a decent copy.
Have you listened to that song? That's from 68. I mean, talk about a couple year later, leader of the pack. We're going to turn it a little bit, and it's just like, especially that end. It was like a cross between leader of the pack and DOA from Blood Rock in the type of feel they were going for.
Freddie Cannon on Swan.
There you go, by Chuck Barris, Mr. Gong Show.
The Giggling Girls of Greece by Sid Bass.
They're kind of greasy, those girls.
Sugar Town by Nancy.
Nancy. I wish she'd step on with me those boots. I mean, what?
Not even going to bother showing that. I don't know what that is either. Oh. Old Girl by the Shy Lights.
Yes.
I said, there's nothing great here. I was just trying to fill up the screen.
One of the coolest on that Brunswick from that time frame, and I'm telling you, it might have been one of the first Northern Soul songs. Oh, there you go, Shades of Blue, nice. That I tripped on a CD though is Jackie Wilson's "The Ooh Ooh" song. Oh, there you go, yeah, good tune. But on Brunswick from that time frame, and that thing cooks from beginning to end. And, you know, the people that went off and said, Jackie Wilson's only higher and higher. Bullshit. Go listen to that. New Rawls, yeah. Yes.
That's a good 45.
Uh-huh.
Funky Strut by the Delegates.
Yep. Let's see. Zimph. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Oh, there you go, bitch. She's just a bitch, dude. Has anybody heard of the album Beverly Wright? Grass Doesn't Grow as High as the Tree, 1969. It's hip orchestral pop by a 69 in the best kind of way. Oh, there you go.
Upside down.
Wasn't Beverly Wright? No, wait, that's Beverly Wright, the cleanup woman. Yes. Oh, you know, the first time I ever heard that song scared the shit out of me. I don't even know why. It's just, it has that groove to it.
That's enough of that.
Okie doke.
This mediocre 45s.
See, there you go. It's mediocre 45 show, ladies and gentlemen. To the 5 people.
Well, yours are cool. Mine
you guys are gutsy. Well, like I said, I mean, all right. You know what? Let me see if there's some stuff that I still have a stack from the same place from before. And I don't think I showed all these. So let's see. Let me see. I don't want to repeat things here. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Send off your mediocre 45s and even some of your cool 45s to Psykos Platters, Tim Allen, and a few other ones to boot. I know Doug will go, me. Let's see. How about, I'll try to do this kind of quick. Instead of CC Ryder, you've got CC Cinder from the Sunsets. Yeah, anything pretty much on the challenge label. If it's not the Champs, you know, I'll grab it anyway. Yeah. Chin and Dean even cut 1 or 2 45s for challenge, which I didn't know about that until maybe about a year or 2 ago. I think there were some split 45s though. They were not. They didn't have the whole 45s. Now this one here. 1973, a very cool late 60s, early 70s psych prog, but this one's Promo Gypsy, Make Peace with Jesus. It's actually a decent song, but of course they had better albums on RCA and the Metro Media label. Not easy stuff to find from Gypsy. Wax Museum with Ronnie Dark, the radio show that's on Sunday nights, 6 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, out of Syracuse, New York, turned me on to Gypsy. Now, this next one here, kind of goofy. Now, a lot of these ones came from the KTEL radio station collection. And before you people go off and go, KTEL had a radio station? No, you really can't tell very well, but it says KTEL, Walla Walla, Washington. This was all early to mid 60s, heard live on KTEL. Deep Velvet, Rod Keith. Now, Preview Records was one of those song poem records. If you ever used to look through old comic books or old music magazines, Tim, or even some of the not so youngsters in the peanut gallery might remember this. I do. That they'd be like, "Hey, do you happen to have a poem you want put into song? Just send it to P.O. Box." This was one of those labels. Believe it or not, this Rod Keith dude is kind of an enigma. He ended up starting about 64, 65, and he would do all different kinds of genres. I'm not kidding you. It'd be doo-wop, pop, a little northern. One of them's even Northern Soul. It's actually Half Desirable, country, rockabilly. I haven't had a chance to listen to this yet, so I don't even know what this is. Some of his 45s, though, have gone up to $100. Here's the tragic end to this dude. He only ended up making 2 albums on super duper small, low run labels. The guy was out of Cali, okay, when he was alive. Towards the in '74, he jumped off an overpass, naked for that matter. He went. That was the end of Rod Keith.
Jeez.
Rod Keith's kid is still alive and does music. Another cool record from Fort Worth, Texas on Shaw Records. That's right, kids. Not to be confused with the Shah of Iran. No Other Baby by the Cajuns. Was he stoned? I am led to believe it was either he was stoned or he was on some type of medication for things upstairs. On Mala, very strange looking Mala label. We're used to seeing the blue one, right? And a few other things for box tops and such as this.
Yeah.
This is actually yellow. You can't really see it really well, but this is from Chris. That was his name. This was a one-off. This is a promo, a yellow label promo. Of course, a nice copy of Don't Be Cruel from Elvis. I'll grab any Elvis. These were all 10 cents a piece, by the way. Also, same place. The Kingpins, How Long Will It Last? It's actually a very nice slice of R&B doo-wop on Federal. There's a lot of labels, like I said, that I'll go for. Federal's one of them. King's another, as Tim showed about the James Brown 45 with a very long-ass title. Ow! Kiss myself. And this one, though, is the Shondells. That's right. No Tommy James included on this one because it's a completely different one. Dream Lovers, If I Should Lose You, some nice doo-wop. I'm a sucker for good doo-wop, too. Doo-wop is not really that much of a collectible genre anymore, which is sad. I've read some articles that basically in the last 10 years, it's kind of gone down in popularity. And that's sad because there's a lot of beautiful stuff out there.
That is, record collecting started with doo-wop.
That's correct.
Those were the first records ever collected were doo-wop records.
Off of the Stax split off Coco Records, Luther Ingram, I'll Be the Shelter in the Storm, white label promo. This one here is kind of like country rock a little bit, but once again, beige promo RCA, Sweet Lightning. We Got Each Other, and Let Me Go. Let Me Go's the better one. A neat little white label promo, 1972, from somebody named Bobby Sheen. I May Not Be What You Want. Some Volt. Stop Half Loving These Women. Jimmy Lewis. Actually, a really good track. This is a promo on Volt. Stax Volt stuff. I'll grab it all. This one here, kind of goofy because it's a local flavor. I'm not going to go off and sugarcoat things, ladies and gentlemen. I told you guys I'm from Northwest. I'm here in Northwest Arkansas. I've been living here for 14 years plus. And I didn't even know anything about this until about a month ago. But Rogers, Arkansas, which is where I live, had their own label at one point or another. They only ever put out 345s on the Val Artist label. This is probably the collectible of the 3. That kind of cracked me up. It's country, but it's got a little bit of rockabilly snuck in the guitar parts. Inez Fox's original Mockingbird, which, of course, a bunch of people covered that over the years. We're used to seeing Charlie Rich on Phillips International, maybe some Groove, but not for High Records. I didn't even know he cut anything for High Records. So, and this is really clean.
I have a Charlie Rich album on High.
Oh, do you? See, that's cool.
And I was shocked when I saw it.
See what I mean? Yeah. Because if I'm going to see anything on High, it's either the same Bill Black combo shit, Ace Cannon. Didn't Al Green?
Al Green was on High, yes.
See, I'll deal with that because I like Al Green. Yeah. MGM promo, Paulie Sanders. This is pretty much a teener for that one. Now this here, maybe somebody in the peanut gallery or even you or anybody else can help me out on this one. I think this is an original press of this, unless this was a different song. Bobby Day, we're so used to hearing about Rockin' Robin, but the label says the Bluebird, the Buzzard, and the Oriole, you see. That's what leads me to think I have an original of this.
You might, because I have a very nice copy of that, and mine says Rockin' Robin. I think. I'm pretty sure.
Lisa says, "Hi, Paul. You're on the same time as Rachel." Well, you see, Lisa, out of all honesty, I thought she said she was going to make it a short stream, but that's okay. You know, we can all do all kinds of things. Here's the big money one of the stack, okay? First 45 by this dude, Big Boy Miles. This is 1958. Big Break. It's really good stuff. He would end up going on a bunch of labels, but this was the first. This one here, in the condition it's in, between 75 and 100.
Wow.
10-cent fun. Telling you. First one I've ever seen of this. Speaking of Brunswick, Jackie Wilson EP. I don't know from what year exactly, but it's a Jackie Wilson EP.
Cool.
And let's see. I don't recognize any of the songs, but yeah. So I was like, yes, please.
Yeah.
Minute's another cool label that pretty much has got your R&B and soul. Jimmy Burns, did it ever cross your mind? Anything on Minute, snatch up, because it's fun. It's just fun. Stax, promo, William Bell, Living on Borrowed Time. He's still going, William Bell is. Oh, look, and I didn't realize this. Here's your high sleeve. See, I should just go.
There you go.
Another promo, Rufus Thomas, Do the Funky Chicken on Stax. The Funky Chicken. I'm almost done here. So, white label promo, Cherry Fuller on Challenge, Holiday Star, Hollywood Star, and lastly, another label that is excellent. I tripped on this label because of Joe Simon. I think Joe Tex might have cut 1 or 2 45s on this. Sound Stage 7, Sir Lattimore Brown.
Wow.
Good stuff.
I know nothing about that label, but if I saw that 45, I'd pick it up in a heartbeat just because the label looks so cool.
That's
I'm like, oh man, that's going home with me.
That's right.
I don't care what it is.
This is what I've been now for several years. I have been focused. I'm like, oh, this looks good. Oh, this looks good. And it's like most of the time, I guess right. And the clunkers, I either go and turn around and pass them off to a retail shop, or I actually give some of them to my oldest son so he can maybe listen to different things too, because he's got his record collection. He's 32. And he likes Sam Cooke. That was like his first musical love was Sam Cooke. So it's Sam Cooke, Tony Bennett, Andy Williams, Johnny Cash. He also used to listen to rap, but he kind of got out of that. And well, I mean, you know, like what was it? He met Tech Nine. I remember he told me the story of how he met Tech Nine, like one of the last rap shows he went to. So I'm like, whatever. But I mean, he tries to keep an open mind now. And I give him, I just throw extra records. It's like, hey, take a stab at this. See if you like it. If you don't, I never take offense. It's like, if you don't like something, go pass it off, you know, to a Goodwill or somebody else, you know, it doesn't matter. Don't hurt my feelings. So he's only 32, and all he wants to do is boogaloo. Hey, You know, the first time that I heard I'm the Greatest, I was so excited because I didn't hear it, and I'm like, oh my God, this is as close to a Beatles reunion, and I love that damn song. That always has been something special off of it. I love that whole damn Ringo album. That was the best album he ever did. Best album he ever did.
Yeah. That's his
everyone else. Oh, I'll tell you one. So this is Ringo related, but bear with me. So Jeff Kendall, I know he's not on here right now, but Jeff Kendall on my last stream on Friday recommended that he said that on Tubi, the Harry Nielsen documentary. Excellent documentary. Who's Harry Nielsen? If you people have Tubi and you haven't seen it, go see this documentary. You will love it. You will love it. I know I did. So on that kind of a bent mixed with you have Ringo in, I dare you people on YouTube, I dare you to go watch the 1974 movie Son of Dracula.
Well, I've seen it.
Go ahead, people. Let's see how far you get in. I didn't make it past half of it. I'm like, oh my God, what were they thinking?
Oh, I watched it.
It was nice, in parts. And I thought it was really cool. Like, okay, sure, Ringo's in the Merlin uniform. T-Rex gets a song in there. Nielsen's doing his bit. I still think my favorite part's got to be the jump into the fire sequence. And Keith Moon, with a few teeth missing, is bashing away on the fucking drums, and I'm going, okay. I think that might be my favorite part of the film, to tell you the truth.
It's just, Ringo made some interesting films.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to see all of them, actually, because what the hell? Well, I've seen Candy. Candy I saw in the 80s. It was on some Sunday afternoon bullshit movie channel in Chicago. I'm like, the hell is this? And him as the gardener. And then the one that was weirder yet to me, same channel, if I remember correctly, just a few months later, and I've never seen it again, Magic Christian.
I've seen the
scene.
I didn't get it. I didn't like it. I can't remember if I've seen Candy. You ever seen Sextet?
Oh God! Oh, I forgot about Sextet. There was a reason why I forgot about it. You just
yeah. So you can say what you want about.
God, Sextet. Oh shit!
You can say what you want about Son of Dracula, but by far it's not Ringo's movie.
God, Sextet is worse. And here's how I got it. Here's how I had a copy. I had a copy on VHS in the 2000s, and why I ended up getting this thing, I shit you not. There was a video store closing in Walworth, Wisconsin. It was a mom pop operation, okay, and it would be on my way to my other job. And when I saw that it said store closing, everything, like last week or two left. So I'm looking through the damn boxes that they have left because it's been picked over. It's like 75% of the stock's gone anyway. And I find Sextet in the good old hard plastic for the kit. And of course, no real cardboard. Those all been thrown out. Screw that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, how much? And she's like, $quarter. I'm like, and I ran out. And then, like I said, I think it was the next day I watched. So help me. There's not enough bleach in the world to blot out what I saw. And to have to hear her and Timothy Dalton right off the bat doing the shittiest version of Love Will Keep Us Together. And the cameos were funny. Mooney, Alice, Key, I'm like, okay, that's funny, but the rest of that film was shit.
Oh yeah, no, that was horrible. You know what happened to me? Went to the thrift store. I didn't have hardly any money on me. Not a thrift store, a video store, a closing video store.
Sure.
It was a chain, and I'm looking through there because I'm like, oh, I can come back tomorrow if I see something, right? But I didn't have enough money for it.
Yeah.
They had a VHS copy of Let It Be for $10, and I didn't have enough money to buy it. And I came back the next day, and of course, it was gone.
You know what I see? Here's where me, Mr. Cheapo, comes in. I'd be like, whatever you had in your pocket. I'd be like, this would be my selling point. It's like, look, I know you're closing. I see you got that for $10, and I still see it's here. This is all I've got, man. This is it. Will you take this? 9 times out of 10, they're like, okay. And I'm like, that's what
This was a chain, so that wasn't happening.
Still, I've never seen a VHS. Now,
I think that's the only one I've ever seen. I've seen more laser discs and video discs than
right.
I've seen VHS.
Right. My friend Doug Vinyl Grotto, I think's got a laser disc of Let It Be. Yes.
I'd love it. I watch laser discs. I have a laser disc player. I'd love Let It Be on laser disc, but I've rarely seen one for like under 150. So I'm not,
Right. You're right. I mean, my buddy Scott in Illinois, he is a huge laser disc collector, but he only gets mostly horror and sci-fi titles. That kind of constricts it, which is fine, whatever. But the things he's found, the things that he has found. I remember one time I came across a laser disc for Clockwork Orange. Okay. And I Malcolm McDowell was supposed to be at a Comic-Con, and I'm going, oh shit, I gotta bring this. I said, I got to get Malcolm to sign this, because what I was going to do is I was going to turn around and give it to Scott as a gift, because I had the soundtrack album for Clockwork. So I was going to get him to try to do both those, and he cancels out at the last minute. That's how we didn't end up getting to meet Malcolm.
Wow.
Laser discs. There was nothing wrong with laser discs. I didn't mind the quality of laser discs.
No, especially you can actually upgrade them and make them look even better. I run mine through I think it's a Panasonic DVD recorder, and I run it through. All I have to do is turn it on. It doesn't have to be a disc in there or anything. But once I do that, the output is HDMI, and it upgrades it like a Blu-ray upgrades a DVD a little bit. It does the same sort of thing. So it upgrades it. So I've got an HDMI coming out of that into my TV, and I'm watching, my laser disc on an HDMI cable.
Nice. That's a win-win. Look at you.
I mean,
That's
all right.
Did not know that.
Well, I learned that from some Laserdisc channel. I can't remember which one. It might have been Culture Dog. You're into Laserdisc, Culture Dog.
Okay. What I think's funny is when I come across Laserdiscs, and they will be, and I'll come across at Goodwill, and they'll throw them in with the albums, and they'll be like, buck a piece, and I'm like, okay.
Well, a lot of them aren't worth anything, but some of them are.
Right.
Every time I buy one from somebody that has it stuck in albums, which is usually where you find them, I go to pay for it, and every single time, that's a laser disc, don't you? Every single time. I go, yes, that's why I'm buying it, because it's a laser disc. The last one I think I bought from a person was at a record show. I got A Hard Day's Night for $5, and
steal.
It's a laser disc. Yeah, I know it's a laser disc.
Damn.
Okay.
Jeez.
So, I think I have a couple different copies of A Hard Day's Night. I probably have the Criterion, but this wasn't the Criterion, I don't think.
Did they make all the Beatle movies in Laserdisc?
I believe yes. I'm pretty sure. Well, yeah. I mean, Let It Be is very hard to come by, but yeah, because I have A Hard Day's Night and Help. I've definitely seen Magical Mystery Tour. I don't have it, and I've definitely seen Yellow Submarine. I don't have that either. So yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I do remember seeing. I know what you're talking about with the Let It Be. I remember seeing a Help one, but actually, I had a Help one, but it was a. I gave it to one of my besties because I didn't have a use for it. It was a Japanese version, and the only thing wrong with I got it for 99 cents at a vintage stock. The only thing that was wrong with it, whoop-de-twang, little bit of water damage on the corner. That was it.
Yeah.
The discs were beautiful. They were still in the plastic factory slit. I'm like, oh God, and I made that person very happy. But and I know. Now, like I said, even though I don't buy them anymore, if I ever come across Monkey's Head, because I know they made that in a laser disc.
See, I would love that. You know what coolest one it probably is, though? I have the Sex Pistols, the Great Rock and Roll Swindle, a Japanese Laserdisc.
Really? Oh
Yep.
God, that has
That's
to be
probably my coolest Laserdisc.
And actually, if I remember, come to think of it, I think, and I can't remember if it was my buddy Doug or not. Mike Nesmith's television parts was on Laserdisc also.
Yes, it is. It
so
is.
it's like, yeah, but still though, that Sex Pistols, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I think that's about the only place you can get it is a Japanese Laserdisc. And I bought it online Laserdiscs still aren't worth a lot, but some of them are starting to be worth a little. But there was a time when you could get anything. I love Hong Kong film, and probably a quarter of my Laserdisc collection is Hong Kong films. And I was buying them, good ones, and I was buying them for $3 or $4 a piece maximum on eBay, all the time.
That's funny. Look, he says he's got Kolchak the Night. I love that series. God, I haven't seen that in forever. I remember seeing it when I was a kid. It scared the shit out of me in some of those episodes when I was a kid. Another one that did it was, Twilight Zone was goofy. Night Gallery's what the hell got me. And I'm like, now, when that came out, I was 5 or 6.
I've never seen it. I've never seen it. It just passed me by somehow.
Oh, you got to check it out. But here's the thing, though. We talk about lost episodes and things like this of different shows, right? There is, if I remember correctly, there is either 1.5 or 2 lost episodes of Night Gallery for some stupid reason, or for one of them, the audio is the only thing they could find. I'm going, wait a minute. This thing was 69 to 69 was the pilot movie, and it had Joan Crawford in the pilot movie. Go figure. And then I think it was 70 to 73, because then Rod died in 75. And I was just like, I remember Channel 32 in Chicago. They would play these things late night. I don't know why this 10 or 12-year-old boy was staying up and watching Night Gallery and going,
He died very up in my neck of the woods, not very far from where I live.
See, I like Rod's work, but if I remember correctly, wasn't it this? He smoked like 4 or 5 packs a day?
I think he died of cancer, but I can't. But he might have had. I think he had a heart attack though. But it was probably. I'm thinking he was in a Dunkin' Donuts when he died, but I could be wrong there. But that's what I'm thinking.
I'd like a Boston Creek.
Yeah.
That's just imagine a world. No. Poor Rod Serling. He was a genius. He was one of those few geniuses of television. And I think he wrote books too, besides the TV shows and such. And I wouldn't mind trying to find those books too, actually, because I just like the way he did things.
Yeah, he was just a writer. There's a Mike Wallace interview with him before he ever did Twilight Zone. It's like a good half an hour long. He was important even before the Twilight Zone.
So he's saying, stay away from the half-hour syndicated version of Night Gallery. The full original 1-hour versions are on DVD. Still waiting for a Blu-ray version. You're right. I don't want those half-hour ones either. I heard about how they went all choppy chop. And if I remember correctly, and I hope I don't know if Shout Factory put out the Night Gallery stuff too. But excuse me. I think the complete Night Gallery has got the fuller episodes. That's what I want to look for, because I found season 1 in a flea market, but like the first disc was like a little scratched up, but I'm like going, could I still go put that thing through a thing and make it work for $5? Hell, but I know where it's at. I may go back and get it, but let's see. Tim Matheson wrote a lot of episodes of Twilight Zone. Tim Matheson. Why does that name sound familiar to me? Why does Tim Matheson sound familiar, Tim?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he was a sci-fi writer and television and movies and might have been wrote books. Sounds familiar to me, but I'm not placing why.
See, he wrote I Am Legend. That's what Mike's saying. And Grey Hall is saying he wrote I Am Legend. What a man. The first version, which was oh God. Okay, I Am Legend, wasn't that like Omega Man came off of that, right? And then wasn't there a Vincent Price movie from the mid-60s? Last Man on Earth, right? I think that's what it was. And it's based off of that, if I've got my information right. I've seen Last Man on Earth.
I think you're right.
And Omega
Last Man on Earth is good.
Yeah. Yeah, anything with Vincent's good. I've been a Vincent Price fan since I was a little kid. It's like, that's one I would have loved to have met. Him, Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing, all those people. Oh my God, I would have had fun. Boris, and then you want to go old school. Yes, I'd like to have met Bella and Boris and all the other ones. I mean, geez, horror is not horror. I mean, once in a while, like, okay, I've said this before, and maybe I've said this in this stream in the past, but let me throw an example out here, okay? Rob Zombie tries, okay? He does. So, House of the Thousand Corpses, okie dokie. Gore horror, right off the bat from beginning to end, okay? But the next one, Devil's Rejects, is more psychological horror. And I'm like, and I like that shit better, to tell you the truth, because you're just sitting here, your mind gets fucked up. That's the kind of horror I really like. It's like, okay, fine. I saw the first Jason, saw the first Halloween, saw Chopping Mall, Sleepaway Camp, all that other stuff. You can only handle so much of that shit because it's just kill. It's just kill. You got to come up with more creative ways to kill people if you're going to do it that way. At least with the psychological horror, you're sitting here and you're going, what's going to happen? And then it goes twist. And I'm like, aha, that was what the gold at the end. That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, I'm not a horror guy because I don't like the gore, and it's just doesn't do anything for me.
Stephen Mayo loved Devil's Rejects. Now, I will tell you this: I have not seen the third one. I cannot remember right off the bat what the third one was. The concluding trilogy of that chapter. Hell, Three from Hell. I think it's called Three from Hell. I haven't seen that one yet. So I got to see that to finish it off. But Hitchcock. Mike's bringing up Hitchcock. Yeah, Hitchcock was a freaking genius. I wrote to him once too, and of course never all the way over in England, never got an answer on it.
They straightened it out. I knew that wasn't right. I started to say I don't think his name was Tim Matheson. It's Richard Matheson. Tim Matheson was in Animal House. I didn't think that was right.
There you go.
I didn't think that was right.
He was flounder.
So yeah,
right.
Richard Matheson was definitely a sci-fi writer. Wrote lots and lots of books and screenplays. Wrote some Star Treks too, I think.
Right. Oh God, I don't. I like the original stuff. Original Trekkie through and through. Yes, I've watched the other stuff, but I mean, those first 3 seasons. Obviously the first 2 are better than the third. Yes. Everybody can figure that out. But I also actually half liked the 74, 75 Filmation animation series of Star Trek because their premise was the continuation of the 5-year. And I'm like, you know what? I said, I like it that they did it that way. I like it was anime. Of course, it was going to be cheaper to do. They got almost everybody back for the voice cast. The scripts were decent. And I'm going, this should have kept going. This should have kept going, but it was fine, But yeah, good writing most of the time. It's like, I like things with good writing. I really do. Now, I know some people are going to roll their eyes when I tell them what I'm looking forward to. Of course, they took the Let It Be movie off the table, but now I have another movie that maybe I want to go see in the theaters. And I am a huge Sopranos fan. I thought the writing, like I said, out of the 6 seasons, there were maybe only 4 scripts that were not really up to par. And one of them involved the bear. If you guys know that are Sopranos and watched that episode with the bear in it, that one was a pretty shitty episode. But generally, that show was written very, very well. So now that they have put out, I guess they're shortened it to Newark is now what it was. Originally, it was called the Many Lords of Newark or whatever, and now it's called Newark. And it's a young Tony Soprano as a teenager, played by James Gandolfini's son. And they go backwards into the character, and I'm like going, okay. I said, okay, let's see if it can be, because I guess they're bringing back a lot of the original people from the Sopranos production as far as for writers, directors. And I'm like, it's only a movie. I thought it was going to be a series. Yeah, I got let down. I'm like, oh shit, it's only a 2-hour movie. But still, I'm like, I want to see where they're going to go with it. That's just me. I like real good writing. Always have.
Yeah, it's, writing is everything.
Yeah, don't get me started, Mike, about the Get Back thing. I mean, it's not fair that they have to sort of get people to get Disney Plus for those several days just so we go watch. Now, I found out from my son that I live with, he's got it. I didn't know that. So I don't even have to leave the comfort of my own home to see this thing. But I'll be a sucker. I'll get the physical release when it comes out in spring 2022. I will, but I still think it sucks. I don't think they did it right. And of course, it was all a cash grab. I forgot that Disney was involved in this shit. I should have known better. I don't know why I didn't know that until the tail end. Yep. You're right, though. You're right, Joe. Not all horror requires blood and gore. Like I said, I would rather watch the old black and white Universal monster movies or some of those offbeat B-rated ones any day of the week. There wasn't any blood and gore in most of those. No. You still got scared. That was the idea.
The whole there's so many good B horror movies.
Oh, you're telling me.
The Crawling Hand, The Screaming Skull. They're all 3-word titles.
Screaming Skull. Yeah, Crawling Hand, you got me on, but Screaming Skull I've seen. I was watching on one of my days off here. I went through, I think it was Tubi, and I was watching some Mike Nelson-led Mystic 3K movies, and I'm like, oh, this is shit. I'm just like, thank God they're talking over this, because I would never watch. I couldn't even tell you any of the titles I watched. That's how bad they were. And I mean, they were supposed to be like, one of them was this extremely long title from '64. And of course it had the word zombies towards the end of the title. I'm going, all right.
I know it's a Ray Dennis Steckler film.
Yeah, that's it. As soon as you said
something about crazy zombies and dancing.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Oh, it
got a really, really long.
Oh my God, it was horrible.
Yeah, I know the film. No, that's a really horrible film.
Oh my God, I was like, who the fuck?
I'm a very B movie guy too. I love that kind of stuff.
Oh, believe you me, the worse the better. I mean, let's face it. Ed Wood, one of the kings, and I've seen most of Ed Wood's movies, and I'm going, oh no, and I'm like, but it's Ed Wood. I gotta watch this just to count how many things are screwed up.
Yeah.
God.
Something about crazy mixed up zombies.
Yeah. Something like that.
Danced is in the title somewhere. It's a very long title.
Oh God, so horrible. So horrible. But yeah, so I was watching that kind of stuff mixed with, of course, Svengoolie.
There we go. Nails got it. Incredibly strange creatures who became mixed up zombies.
That's it. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Joe.
Who stopped living? Who stopped living and became mixed up zombies. Okay.
Always throw the acid in the face. Like, really? Hang on one second here.
And Steckler was always in his movies. That's him. Yeah. He's the main character in that movie.
God.
Who wasn't paying anybody to be in his movies?
Here, kid, here's a candy bar and 10 cents. Go do this.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yep.
Oh man. But yeah, so I mean that combined with seeing through Sven or Offbeat Cinema, of course, up in your neck of the woods, which I really liked some of the shit. Well, there was that they had Catwoman on the Moon recently, if I remember correctly, and I'm going, oh no, not this one, and I watched it anyway.
Do you know how long that show's been going? That show's been going since like the mid '80s.
And I'm glad you guys got it, because I mean it's a little more calming. There's not no wacky shit. It's just
it used to be better. Yeah, I mean the parts that aren't in the movie used to be better. They'd be in the coffee house and they come up with some shtick. Pete Best has been on Offbeat Cinema before. Pete Best and his band. Pete Best and his band were on Offbeat Cinema. 10,000 Maniacs were on. This is after Natalie Merchant left, but 10,000 Maniacs were on Offbeat Cinema before. A few artists and acts and things, and they'd sit around the coffee house and do shtick. And it was, now they're on locations talking about stuff, and that's not nearly as good as. And a couple people have changed over the years as far as the cast goes. But yeah, it's been around for years and years and years.
Well, I like their stuff too, and of course, I like the commercials for Mighty Taco and Terrapin Station, and makes me almost want to go there. If I ever head out to Buffalo, it's like
that head shop was right down the street from where I used to live. Terrapin Station was only a couple blocks from the last place I lived in Buffalo.
So let's see, and what else? Horror Hotel out of Cleveland. That's on right after. That's right on after Offbeat. She does a lot of independent short films and public domain. Old. We're talking. She'll throw silent movies in, and I'm like,
that's cool.
Ooh, yeah. If you got Retro TV channel, she's on from 11p to 1a Central Standard. So that'd be what, midnight to 2 for you?
Yeah, I don't have any cable whatsoever.
Oh no, this is free TV. Oh, right, digital over the air. Yeah, if you got Retro TV, that's how I see Offbeat and Horror.
I don't know what that is either, but I'll look into it.
Yeah, and you might be able to see it online. If I remember correctly, there's a portal for that too, for all of that. And then on Sunday night,
the Vortex with 2 X's?
Oh, you! I have it written down here. You told me about this. Yes.
24/7, and on like Thursday nights, I think they're live as far as they're there with a chat. But they play stuff because my guy Uncle Pete, who retired, was on there. Is probably still on there sometimes. And it's all those things. It's 2-hour public domain shows, is what it is.
Love it.
24/7.
That's the way to be. I have an idea. I told Doug about. I have an idea. He said that the one public station he works for probably wouldn't go for it, but there's a college town about 30 minutes south of me, and I'm just sitting here and I'm going, huh. And I have several ideas for characters and shit, and we would just do the public domain shit like everybody else. But I would be the lead. I'm telling you, it'd be really stupid shit. And the audience at home could tell. It's like, boy, this scenery looks like it's made out of styrofoam. Yep, that's right. And that's the joke, is that you're in on the joke because you know that this is so cheap. But yet we're gonna roll and have some damn fun with it anyway, and little bits and stuff like everybody else.
Uncle Pete was in a bunker, supposedly, and he had a couple other characters that he would play sometimes too. Sometimes he wasn't even there, and one of the other characters would host the show. But he had like these robots that were just guys in wrestling masks. There was a couple of them, and he got new chips for him one time, and he's all about old technology. He has no new technology. He got these chips from Apple, and they were supposed to make his robot smarter, and they tried to kill him. And he's at one point he's hiding under the stairs trying to get Apple on the phone. Right? He's got a rotary phone. And they want him to press 2 for this and press 3 for that. And he's got a rotary phone, and he's like, I don't know what to do. Uncle Pete was pretty funny. I started watching it, and my brother used to bowl, and I'd go hang out with those guys on like Tuesday nights or whenever it was.
Yeah.
And after a year or two of me talking about it, suddenly I walk in and everybody's talking about what happened on Uncle Pete this week. And I was the Dark Vault of Public Domain. There might be an episode or two on YouTube still. But yeah, the Dark Vault of Public Domain was pretty funny. And this guy did the theme song himself. He's pretty cool. I liked him a lot, and he showed all kinds of films, not just horror films. He showed all kinds of public domain. Yeah, and he'd show some shorts once in a while too. He'd throw in a short, and he had like little stuffed animals that he talked to, or like the only one I remember is Stone Dog. And it was a dog carved out of stone, and it was Stone Dog. You know what I mean? That's how he named things. Whatever they were, that's what their name was. Stone Dog. And
oh my God.
Vito, that's it. Vito was this one character who had a goal, who had a store, and Vito, there'd be Vito Gold. That was his name, Vito Gold. And he'd have commercials for Vito Gold this and Vito Gold that. And it was, it was pretty interesting. And Vito hosted one once. And that was an interesting show. Like I said, it might be in the vortex sometimes. I miss it.
Oh, man.
I miss it.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Yeah, Mike, Fayetteville, Rogers, right around there. I'm hoping. We'll see. It's a college town. They got a open forum, like a public TV type thing. I think I'd like to try to take a stab at it. I think it'd be all right.
Be prepared. It'll take you a lot of time.
Yeah,
because you got to put it together. You got to edit it. You got to,
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping maybe like, I don't know, as far as for scripts are concerned, I mean, I ain't no whiz, but I've written into a format like that. I can sort of block things. I can write, this person says, but this happens here, this goes here. And the way I come up with things, I've said this before in another stream. I remember this. I have a series that I would like to get developed. That's animation, excuse me, not anime. But I kind of would like to make it like a late 70s, early 80s animation style type thing for this show. Okay. And when I would write these scripts, I know this sounds really weird, but sometimes when my ideas would come, I'd be driving. I'd have the radio cranked, and something would just come into the head. And I'd have my notebook. I'm like, okay, da 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 da. Then I get into this. I don't want to call it a trance because that would sound really stupid. But sometimes I would close my eyes and pretend I'm in a lazy boy couch, a lazy boy chair with a remote, and I'm watching this old television, and I'm seeing the shit that's going on in my head the way it should be written. And so I write it like I'm watching it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's strange. But yeah, you're right. This ain't no quick fix. It'd be one of those things that would take quite a while, but I'd like to get something accomplished someday. I don't know what. I mean, this is part of it, I guess, because I never thought we'd ever have technology where we could do this kind of stuff. And that's a start. I mean, a lot of people more better than
you can do it on here. You don't even need a PD network anymore. You could do them online. God. I mean, it's a public domain movie. You're good. You can do the whole thing online. Just do it yourself.
So let's see here. Tom says he enjoys candy. You know, I miss candy, you know, back when she used to be at the Sugar Shack in Darien, Wisconsin. I remembered the town. It was Darien, Wisconsin, had the Sugar Shack, and Candy would work there. Remember, kids, Candy never lost her head, even when she was given. Yeah. My girlfriend's going to be going, what the fuck? I only knew Candy, honey. I never did anything with Candy. As opposed to Bow Wow Wow, who wanted Candy, along with the Strangeloves. Anywho, yeah, I bet you do, Mike. I bet you do. Anywho, it has been real. It has been fun. But before we leave, ladies and gentlemen, of course, I'd like to thank the Peanut Gallery. Oh, Tim Smith just popped up. He was on a couple streams today and am tired, so I will pat. Oh, hey guys. So Rachel is going to interview my buddy Tim from Tim's Thrifty Music Friday morning. So go check out Rachel's Friday morning stream when he's being interviewed. See, I hope I didn't ruin anything out there with my big mouth, but I figure, hey, you know, that everybody should know about that. Because I think Tim has got an awesome, Tim Allen here is awesome. Tim Smith is awesome. See, I know a bunch of Tims. I know a bunch of Tims. So check all that out. And then let's see here. Oh, I'll pull a nice old picture. So I'll take a pass, Paul. Well, Darien, Connecticut too, huh? Okay. So anyways, guys, I appreciate everyone being here. I thank Tim Allen and Mason was on here earlier, and I appreciate my Peanut Gallery. So as usual, at the end of my episodes, I always dedicate my episodes to, here's a nice newer picture, to my goth angel, my beautiful, my love. I miss you. I love you. I cannot wait for you to come home to me. That's right, kids. We're going to start a new life because that's what we deserve, damn it. We deserve it. It's been too long. What the world needs now is love. Anyways, you guys take care. God bless. Thanks for stopping by, Tim. I'll probably do maybe Saturday night will be my next one for everybody. You guys all take care of yourselves. God bless. Rock on. And have a good rest of the kick-ass week.
Good night, everyone.